This is a Grizzlies Spotlight covered by ATI Physical Therapy. I'm Sam Levitt, and joining me this week is the guy in his second season in a Gateway uniform, Ben Waldrip. Ben, how's this season been so far?
We've started off, slower than we thought we would, but we have the talent. We got, a great lineup, good pitching, good coaching staff. So, really just need to start playing like we know we can. And last night, was a tough loss for us, but we're finally starting to hit and, get some pitching behind us.
You've always hit with power wherever you've played at in college, in affiliated ball, no matter where you went. We talked last year about being a more consistent hitter, really each and every day. What was your main goal this offseason, and what's your main goal in 2015?
Really, if I had to summarize it, it'd be strike zone discipline. I'm an aggressive hitter. It can work for me at times and against me at times. So as a big guy, I'm really trying to, pick a location and pick a pitch that, I know I can handle and that, is a pitch that I like to hit rather than focus on the whole strike zone. So really just narrow the strike zone down and, use the whole field.
One of your goals, I don't think it was to switch bats this season, but a couple of games ago, Phil Warren, Mike Brayman, they switched out your bats, got you a lighter bat, and then that night you hit an opposite field home run. Tell me more about this. What happened, and did you want to switch bats?
They'd kind of been joking with me about it for a week. I've always used a pretty big bat, and Mike had actually gone and got one after my second at-bat against the Grays, and they brought a lefty in to face me, so he told me to swing at that at-bat and end up pulling a home run. So he was joking with me about it, and, it felt good, so used it the next night and have been hitting well with it since then.
When we spoke last year, you told me the Frontier League was just a more relaxed place, that guys, instead of worrying about their individual stats, they worried more about the team winning. What does that do to you as a player every day when the team is more focused on its collective self rather than everybody focusing on their individual self?
Right. Affiliated ball, you obviously want to win. That's the main goal everywhere you are. If you don't want to win, you're not a competitor, you're not an athlete, in my opinion. So, here is a little more laid back than affiliated ball in the matter that you don't have cross-checkers or, coordinators coming in to look at you. And a lot of times, you'll have a guy coming in to see you for a week, and that might be the only week they see you all year. So, your performance and their opinion dictates what you do in that 1 week or 3 or 4 games they see you. Where here, the guys making the decisions are Mike and Phil and, Jeremiah, and they're here every night. So, they get to see the good and bad both. So, they're not just forming an opinion off a couple bad games or a couple good games. So, it's more laid back in that aspect. But, we're all here, we want to get picked up and get back in affiliated ball. But, you're just wasting your time if you don't want to win while you're here as well.
And usually the teams that win are the teams where some guys do get picked up over the course of the season, as Ben Waldrip joins us on this week's Grizzlies Spotlight. So last week I asked Madison Beard, who grew up in Russellville, Arkansas, what Russellville was like. You grew up in Morrow, Arkansas. I'm a New York boy. I've never been down to Morrow. What is Morrow like?
Well, Beard said that Russellville is a small town. I think he was exaggerating a little bit because they got a pretty big city. But Morrow, it's 240 people and shrinking every day pretty much. So, it's a farm town. That's all there is there. Pretty much everyone who lives in the town either farms or is incorporated in farming and that industry in one way or another.
So here's a little behind-the-scenes story. I'm walking out of our hotel room in Normal on our first road trip of the year, and I walk out and I see Ben and Garrett Vale cooking their own food on a grill outside the hotel. I go, "What are you guys doing?" They said, "Well, we brought this food with us, and you guys are planning on cooking maybe throughout the season your own food, grilling it outside?"
Yeah, that's what we did last year. A lot of the guys joke with us because, they'll go to McDonald's or an Applebee's or something, and we always bring our own food, and, we'll bring steaks, or we have a lot of deer and, fish, stuff like that we'll catch or, hunt in the off season. So we just bring it with us. And you save meal money, but you get to eat better is our big thing. You don't have to eat a cheeseburger and go wait an hour and a half to get one. You can come in after the game and cook your own meal and cook whatever you want.
Most of these guys are obsessed with Chipotle. Not Ben, not Garrett. They're cooking their own food here in 2015. And, it's working out for them so far. Ben off to a great start in 2015. Ben, thanks so much, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Sam.
This was a Grizzlies Spotlight covered by ATI Physical Therapy. For Ben Waldrip, I'm Sam Levitt. We'll talk to you next week.